Hello everyone, my name is FrostCloud on my Mr. Chaos the Cunning Wolf channel. And today I will be reacting to MLP Season 8, Episode 19, Road to Friendship. So, based on some screen caps I've seen before of this episode before I got around to reacting to this one, apparently this is going to be a Trixie and Starlight episode. I mean, about time. I mean, it's been a while since we've got one of those. Yeah, I think we haven't had particularly another one of those since All Bottled Up from Season 7, but I heard that there's a song in this episode, so I don't know. I really can't make any predictions. So, without further ado, let's get started.
I don't know, folks. She's been in there a long time.
Hey, Flurry Heart!
Trixie, that was an amazing show.
Looks like you finally put your differences aside.
There's nothing better than a bond with another pony. You can share all kinds of things. Sunshine, sunshine.
Here we go.
Your hooves and do a little shake. I think we'll...
Yeah, that's actually pretty much my reaction to... Like, that used to be cute and funny and all, but it's kind of gotten old and awkward.
Miss Powerful?
Usually ponies just call
Is that
me
a saddle?
Puss.
Is that a?
But Ms.
Is that a saddle?
has a nice ring.
Is that a saddle Arabian pony?
I was just about to set out on tour, but Saddle Arabia is much far.
Okay, so he is. Okay, I was wondering why he looks so realistic, and I mean by realistic is, you know, he looks almost just like a real horse in terms of body shape.
Trade it? Heavens, no! This is more than just some great and powerful wagon you see before you. It is shelter. It is transportation. It is my
just her.
only... It's just so far away. Of course, I love visiting new and exciting places.
I know where she is.
Traveling magician, after all.
Yep.
I should probably get some pony to cover my student.
Hey, Cozy Glow. Who's gonna cover your position anyway? I'm curious to see. Are they gonna show it at the end of the episode? They're gonna show the office completely out of hand before the credits.
My famous collection of campfire spices.
Campfire spices? Are those actually a thing? Because, I mean, what's the difference? I mean, what, is it like somewhat like an air freshener? Like, does it change the smell of the smoke or something?
Now, everything fits just fine. Oh, who am I kidding?
This reminds me of how uncomfortable Twilight was in the beginning of Equestria Girls with her new wings.
This wagon isn't small, it's cozy. And there's no such thing as too cozy.
It looks pretty cozy, so why are they struggling? This is pretty much my house. It's really cluttered.
Okay, maybe there is such a thing as too cozy.
She looks like she has, those, black tan stockings. Just from the way the soot was positioned on her.
I'm sure. And you're not backing out. The two of us...
I wouldn't hit any more rocks if I were you. One more wrong rock, and I think the whole caravan goes up in flames if one of the fireworks lights up.
Thank goodness we're not like Twilight or the others. They'd probably sing a song about it.
Oh, no. No, don't be a hypocrite. You're gonna sing, too. Okay. Oh, isn't that the fire geyser place from, Some Pony to Watch After Me from Season 4?
There's no way that could be us. We're off on the road to friendship.
I hope those guys survive. I mean, the place looks dangerous. Okay, I like this voice pitch better.
We're so tight, we can't move around. Like a race where you tie your hooves together and have to move in perfect synchronization to win. We're friendship bound.
Somebody's gonna make a tentacle clop art of that, aren't they?
Can't get away from each other because they're wearing hoof cuffs.
We're friendship bound.
That was an alright song.
Oh, the marketplace. Perfect. I've learned the hard way that life...
This place looks familiar to Somnambula. Is it the same place, or do they just look really alike?
Somnambula is no doubt filled to the brim. Luckily, travelers such as
Oh!
ourselves have our caravans.
Okay, well... Okay, so he's just from Saddle Arabia, and this is Oh, okay. I was wondering why the two look so similar.
Is there something I can do to make things more comfortable for you?
You could get rid of this junk.
Yes. Well, before we throw away the magical... Starlight! Starlight! I think there's a wild animal outside!
No, I think that's her.
Your snoring is a bit,
Loud? Yeah, I do that. I had my village convinced we were being attacked by bears every night.
Well, there's a way to make your past funny. For all the other times any other character brought it up in the past, you were annoyed. But
great and powerful.
she's doing what I do sometimes. When I'm alone, sometimes I do that. Like, not when I'm asleep. Well, maybe I do it involuntarily in my sleep, but I don't notice it, but...
Well,
Sure did.
is, that the last of the hay cakes?
I think I'm beginning to understand what this episode is going for.
Do you suppose the terrifying trunk escape is too much for a pony who drinks all the juice and talks nonstop in her sleep? What if the great and powerful Trixie can't...
Sleep? Because her roommate snores?
Yeah, this is kind of like the pony version of an example of why you shouldn't make YouTube videos in a bad mood, because it's just gonna show in the video no matter how much you edit it.
Oh, would you like the last carrot? I know how fond you are of eating the last of things.
Oh no, it might make me thirsty, and we don't have anything to drink.
So, what is this episode getting at? Like, is it getting at sometimes friendships can get difficult due to frustration? Didn't we already go through something like that with the Mean Six, you know, episode 13? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just seeing a similarity, that's all.
Where's my wagon? I traded it to that pony from Saddle Arabia for his. He even threw in a pair of
Starlight!
Who said you could do that?
No, pony, I just did it. Now we both have plenty of room, and you...
Oh, you're bucked now, Starlight!
But today we must discuss your dishonest and unfair procurement of my wagon.
I desired your wagon and provided one of equal or better value in return. It seems like a perfectly honest...
Yeah, I think you're missing the point, dude.
This is awful! How did I not see it before?
Well, I mean, when you're feeling positive and when you're with a friend, you know...
It's one of those traveling ponies.
Your song really inspired us. We decided we need to head off on the road to friendship, too.
It sure beats the road to deliveries.
Yeah, sometimes traveling together is hard.
You reminded us, you know,
Well, this episode's really working good with its title.
What are you two doing?
taking a stand by lying down. Not that you care, wagon trader aware.
I think just traitor would have worked better, but yeah, that's funny too.
If you truly were friends, I suppose I'd be honor bound to reverse the trade.
Okay, fine. We're friends. Best friends who share a deep bond but weren't prepared for the emotional challenges of traveling. Happy?
I'm still unconvinced.
Well, I mean, that's a possibility.
Oh, we could do our friendship chant.
All right. Our world famous chant of friendship that we do all the time because we're such great friends. Magic, magic, puff of smoke. One wave your hooves and
I wonder how much fun the voice actors were having in the recording booth during this thing.
That was the worst friendship chant I have ever heard. And you two were clearly making it up as you went. But only true friends would be willing to act so ridiculous for one another.
so you'll get back
It's a lot harder than I thought. Still, I'm glad we tried. Mostly so we know not to do it again.
I think it's made our friendship greater and more powerful than ever.
So like I said, is
there's
this...
actually plenty of room
Oh, hey,
in here
this
for a
guy
pony
again.
nap.
But it was like I was saying just before the credits. This sort of feels like a Starlight and Trixie variation of the Mean Six, if you know what I mean. Like, obviously in the Mean Six, you know, well, it was mainly because of Queen Chrysalis's plan to make clones of them in order to gain access to the Tree of Harmony, but still, I mean, pretty much the same thing happened. Like, you know, the Main Six faced difficulties with each other on the journey, but their friendship survived through it. And here it was pretty much the same thing, only without the changeling clone thing involved. But, you know, there was a lot of difficulties on this travel, and, you know, they were pretty close to going through a falling out, but they resolved it, and, yeah, they got through it. So, and honestly... like, I would say, yeah, I do like this episode. I don't hate it, and I don't dislike it either, but it just doesn't really feel like very much of a memorable one. Like, it just sort of feels like an episode that just exists. And I'm not saying it's bad again, but it's just hard to describe. I mean, maybe it's because, I don't know, maybe Starlight and Trixie aren't my most favorite characters of the show. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Maybe it's because Somnambula or Saddle Arabia aren't my biggest interest of the show, like in terms of locations. Like, I don't know what it is, but again, I don't dislike or hate this episode. It just feels like an episode that just exists. It was definitely funny, though. Like, you know, some of the arguments that Starlight and Trixie would have were pretty entertaining, you know, until it got serious. But, oh, and the song, The Road to Friendship, I believe it's called. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty close to it. It was catchy. You know, like I said, it's not one of my most memorable ones. It's not one of my most favorite ones in the show's soundtrack, but it was a good one. You know, it was really catchy. And like I said during the reaction, you know, sort of the middle part, you know, I like the voice tone of that part a bit better than the beginning. So when it comes to music, I'm more of an audio person. Like, I'm not always just a lyric person. Like, I know that can vary because the reason why I like Flawless from Fame and Misfortune so much is not really mostly because of how the song sounds, but because of the lyrics, because the lyrics spoke to me at the time. But like I said, it varies. Like, most of the time when it comes to music, I'm more of an audio person. If it sounds nice to me and it gives me nice thoughts, well, I'm definitely going to download it and save it for when I go for a jog. But honestly, I'm honestly stumped here. I mean, there's nothing much more I can say about this episode. I mean, I did go over a few things. I guess I could repeat this point, you know. What I find interesting about Saddle Arabian ponies is they appear to look more like true-to-life horses than the actual ponies we know and love do. I don't know, it's just a weird thing to me, but... And seeing Somnambula again for, like, only the few minutes it was on screen, I guess, was interesting. I'm just trying desperately to come up with something, because I do remember the episode. Like, I do have this ability where, even after a first viewing, after just during a standard Chaos Reacts, I can rewatch it in my head and try to remember things I may have liked or disliked about it, but honestly, this is one of those episodes where I honestly feel stumped. I don't really have much to say about it other than it was a good one. Not one of my favorites and definitely not one of my most memorable. I'm sort of fearing that this episode may get an orange 10 out of 10, which I've stated before, in terms of my ranking system, an orange 10 out of 10 means not one of my favorite, however, I don't find anything wrong with it. So, basically what that means is, I found the episode bland, but I don't think that's a fair thing to flaw it for, so that's why I invented that. But maybe not. Maybe it'll get a green 10, which means it was good. Again, not my favorite, but, you know, better than just bland, but... You know, this episode really wasn't bland, but, you know, if I choose to review this more closely someday, you know, maybe my opinion on it will change, but, or maybe not, but for now, first impressions, what do I think of it? It's just an episode that exists. There are some good and funny things about it, but that's just about it. Anyways, that was my reaction to MLP Season 8, Episode 19, Road to Friendship. Hope you all enjoyed it. My name is FrostCloud. Thank you all for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bro Huff.